Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maggie if you're new here. Today I'm going to be filming an Empties video. I have a lot of products all around me. I'm in a different spot than normal if you are a subscriber. We are in the city for a bit. My husband is having some healthcare things kind of flare up, so we have a lot of appointments, but we're really happy with the specialty care that we're getting here in the city. So we'll be here, and yeah, life is just a little bit different. I'm doing a little bit more errands and appointments and caregiving. So right now my goal is going to be to post once a week. I previously had been shooting for 2 to 3 times a week, but I still enjoy YouTube. I've missed it, and I want to keep doing some videos, kind of like the low-hanging fruit, the easy ones. And this is a great one for me to collect empties and do. So yeah, be patient with me, but I'm happy to be back in finding our new rhythm, our new routine. So if you have not seen an Empties video from me before, I like to start with makeup, and I am going to go through categories today. I have it all sorted, and I have a lot of makeup, which is really exciting. So let's go ahead and dive in. I have 2 powder foundations. These are both from L'Oreal. It's the 24-Hour Fresh Wear Powder Foundation, and I think that these were 2 different shades. This is 120 vanilla and this is 20 ivory. My shades shift a little bit between the seasons, within a shade or 2, but I do enjoy this product. It's my daily foundation. I have it on today. I just like that it's quick and easy to buff into the skin. I do have oily skin, and I never really thought that powder foundation would be the thing for me, but I've really enjoyed it because it offers buildable coverage, which for me is great. I don't need full coverage, and it's just like fewer layers of creams that I have to set on my skin. So really been enjoying that. Obviously used 2 up and already have another one going. So this is something that I'm continually repurchasing. I am curious to try out the Fenty powder foundation. I think I will purchase that maybe at the VIP sale when I can get it a little bit on a discount, but that is one I've been interested in. I've really enjoyed the Fenty products for oily skin. So we'll see how that does. Okay, speaking of Fenty, I went through my favorite primer. I have already repurchased. I have both the travel size and another full size. So this is the Fenty Beauty True Matte Pro Filter Mattifying Primer. This is not that silicone slip matte primer that you might, looking at it, you might think it is like that. I just can't stand that consistency on my pores and on my skin. I just, doesn't do it for me. This is my favorite. I know some of you have really enjoyed it too. I will continue to repurchase. This is also something at the VIP sale. I'll probably purchase like 2 of these and just try to stock up while I have a discount, because it is my day-to-day primer. I use 2 pumps every day, and I spread it around my face, kind of give it a chance to set into my skin while I do my eye makeup, and then I go in with my powder foundation and all the other, face products. Speaking of face products, I finally finished up my bronzer, you guys. So if you've been following my project pan, this is a little bit of a sneak peek, and we'll talk about it more there, but I finally finished up this bronzer. It's from e.l.f. The packaging kind of fell apart maybe like a year ago. This is the Primer Infused Bronzer. I have no idea what shade. There's no sticker on it anywhere. I do believe it comes in multiple shades, so I don't know which one, probably like the fairest or second fairest. I have been panning this bronzer for a couple of years, and I finally finished it up. And it's kind of funny because I definitely would consider purchasing it. So, e.l.f. is pretty inexpensive. I liked the consistency of it. It was easy to blend on my skin. I think that's the primer infused part. It was a nice kind of matte formula, so it wasn't too shimmery. And I liked the color for me. So I would consider purchasing this again. I did purchase the Milani matte bronzer that they have, and then I have like a bronzer and a palette that I'm working on, so I will not be purchasing a bronzer in this moment, but I would potentially buy this again. Being that I'm someone that is so fair-skinned, I do feel like bronzer can really help kind of have my face a little bit more shaped instead of as flat. But I need something that blends easy and isn't going to have like streaks of darkness in areas that I don't want it. And I felt like this was a great happy medium. So consider this if you are in the market for a bronzer. I definitely enjoyed it, but it takes forever to pan. So it'll last you, which is also great, bang for our money. All right, and then I've got two lip glosses here. This first one is from I Heart Revolution. It is the Marie gloss. This was the Aristocats line that they did a couple years ago. I love the Aristocats movie. That was one of my favorite Disney movies growing up. So I finished this up. It was a white gloss with a pink purple kind of reflect on it. It was okay. I have used up a couple of glosses from the I Heart Revolution line. I wouldn't maybe seek them out as my preferred lip gloss, but if they had like a cute collab, I would purchase one again. I know I will use it up. I know that, it works well on my lips. They are a little sticky. I personally like that because then they last longer. So yeah, this was okay. Obviously, it's not available anymore because it was a collab, but it was just okay. This is the Fenty Beauty, what's this called? Sweet Mouth Gloss Bomb. I used most of this up. There is a little bit left in there, but I just found that it was really kind of changing scent. To be fair, I've had this for a while. I mean, it kind of smells normal, but then there's just like a little bit that's off, and at this point it's okay for me to just move on from it. I've panned most of it. I've gone through a couple of these. They have a great shade selection if you're looking for neutral shades or something a little bit more punchy. I have not tried their heat formula, which is like the plumping. This is just the regular, and I like it. It is kind of like duped at the drugstore, but I feel like that is just a compliment to how good the actual product is. So this is something that I think, I probably will end up purchasing again at some point. I'm not going to rush out. I have other lip products to go through, but this is kind of like a gloss that I always come back to. When I want a gloss and I don't really want to try anything new, I just want something that I know works. This is one that I know works for me, so I probably will purchase it at some point in the future. I've also used the shade Fussy and maybe one other. So yeah, they're good. Finish this one up. I also would say I like the size of this as compared to like a taller lip gloss because this fits in your pocket better. Like women's pockets, jeans and whatever aren't very big. So I do enjoy the size of this gloss as well. Okay, and then for the last two makeup items, I have a single eyeshadow from Wet n Wild. This is the shade Brulee. I bought 3 of these off of Amazon in March or April, I think. And I use a shade like this, so it's a matte kind of ivory cream shade. I use it to set my primer every day. I have done that routine for years. I feel like it just works really well for me because it helps kind of cancel out some discoloration and veining, and it also helps then my crease shades and the next shades to just blend a little bit easier. They don't skip on my primer as much, so this has been great. Wet n Wild eyeshadows I'm not really seeing in drugstores anymore, so I did purchase off of Amazon. I still think they're available. It's just a little bit harder to get. So I purchased 3 when I made that order. So I've got 2 more to go. But once I finish up my next one and then I move on to my third, I probably will purchase, 2 or 3 more. So I always have a couple. I included this in my project pan. So you will hear me talk about the usage and all of that there if you were curious how long this took me to finish up. But I did purchase it and finish it this year. So that tells you a little bit. So that is great. Already have repurchased, will continue to repurchase. And the last one is my favorite mascara, the CoverGirl Exhibitionist. I'm at the point where I just keep using the same products if I like them. So this is my mascara of choice. It has a very slight hourglass wand, and I just love how it grips my lashes. I love the volume it gives. I can do kind of a more natural look. I can build it up and get really a lot of volume. And I switch mine out quarterly. So I only have 1 mascara open each quarter. It's this one. But now that I know, I go through 4 a year, I have been able to shop sales to, get it at a little bit of a cheaper price, save some money. The CoverGirl line typically goes on sale at Target and Ulta a couple times a year. So I've been able to pick up, buy one, get one or something like that, which is great when you know that this is my go-to product. I'm okay buying 3 or 4 of them and I know I've got a year's supply and I'm set then. So that has been also an advantage of finding my favorite mascara and just sticking to it, is that I'm able to shop those sales. So that is it for makeup, but that was a lot of makeup. I also have a lot of skincare, so I'm really excited to talk about this. Let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to kind of try to do in order of how I use skincare. So the first one is the Trader Joe's Micellar Cleansing Wipes. If I'm going to use a makeup remover wipe, these are the ones I'm going to use. I don't use them daily, but I do like to have them in my travel bag when we are traveling, either, flying or driving. Um, the nice thing about these is they don't leave any sort of film or like residue on your skin. So you can also just use them as a wet wipe. So like on flights and stuff, if I eat something and my hands are sticky, I can use this to, wipe them off. They also remove my makeup really well. They're not too harsh. Like I don't feel like it gives me any red patches on my skin. I don't feel like I really need to scrub at anything to get this off. For mascara, I just kind of like hold it over the eye for a few seconds and then gently remove it just to kind of let the wipe kind of saturate the lash. I'm a big fan of these. There's 20 in a package, and I do just have like a couple of packages on backstock. Super easy, works well, highly recommend. Okay, and then I have a cleanser. This has become one of my favorite cleansers. It's the La Roche-Posay for normal to oily skin. I have oily skin. This is the Toleraine Purifying Foaming Cleanser. This was in my project to use it up, so you'll see some markings here, and I did finish it all the way up. I have repurchased. This cleanser I feel like is really great because of the lather it builds. So it's a really pretty like thick, dense lather, which I enjoy. I like that sensory experience. And then I also don't need a lot. Like when I squeeze it out, I don't need much of the gel. I add just a little bit of water and I can work it up into a good foam without having to waste a lot of product. So I know the La Roche-Posay is a little bit more expensive in the drugstore, but I find that this lasted me a really long time. So I'm a big fan. I felt like it got rid of the oils from the day for me, but it didn't leave me feeling stripped or dry. So this was, yeah, really, really good. I have repurchased it. I'm really happy with this product. All right, let's talk about some serums. So this one is a favorite of mine. This is from Naturium. This is the Salicylic Acid Serum 2%. I use this in the morning, so I use one pump of it all over my face. I started using this in probably March of this year after I did my makeup trial with my hair makeup artist. And I asked her, what should I be using to help just with the sebaceous filaments and kind of the congestion in my skin? And she said, you definitely need to be using a BHA daily. So this is the one I started with, and I really love the formula. It's a clear gel kind of fluid, and it just works into the skin. It doesn't leave any sort of like stickiness behind, which is great. It layers nicely, and I feel like it's, I don't know, really gentle. Like if I have something, maybe I like popped a pimple or something like that, it never burns it. So this is a favorite of mine. I have repurchased. I wish it came in a larger bottle. It's a 1 ounce size, so maybe around the holidays. I feel like brands around holidays tend to release jumbo sizes. I would totally buy a jumbo of this, but I also love that the got too many things in my hands, that the lid here comes off, and then this pump you can actually unscrew and get everything out of there. So I really enjoy that. I typically buy it from Target when Target's running like beauty sales where, buy $30 worth, get a $5 gift card or something like that. And I'll purchase like 1 or 2 of these. I've been a big fan of a lot of the Naturium products. You're going to see that here. I just feel like they have been working really well for me. So I'm a big fan. Highly suggest this if you have any sort of congestion in your skin. Definitely takes a little bit of time to work, but once it gets going, like I can totally tell a difference. Speaking of Naturium, I also finished up their glycolic acids resurfacing gel 10%. So this is an AHA. This, on the other hand, is a 3 ounce bottle, which I feel like is pretty big for skincare. I use this on my face, down my neck, on my chest, on the backs of my hands. Like I'm pretty generous with this product, and I am a big fan. So it is going to exfoliate your skin because it is an acid. I don't feel like it's too harsh though. Maybe my skin can just take it. I don't know, but I'm a big fan. I have repurchased this as well. And this is something that I think because it is in like a good size, I'm more generous with my neck and chest and all that. So I use this every other night. I alternate between this and a retinol at night. And that's what worked well for my skin. And yeah, have repurchased, would recommend. The other thing about Naturium is that all their products are cruelty-free, they're paraben-free, they're vegan, gluten-free, fragrance-free. So just in general, I feel like they check a lot of the boxes for people who have specific skincare and beauty product concerns. So check this brand out. I'm telling you, it's really good. This is the Inkey List Retinol 1% Serum. So like I said, I alternate at night between a retinol and then an AHA. That seems to be working really well with my skin. It doesn't overly dry my skin, but I feel like it, I don't know, I feel like it just works. So this is the 1%. I previously have been using the Inkey List just regular retinol serum, which is a little bit cheaper. Must be less than 1%. I don't know the exact like percentage in there. But I liked this. I didn't love the packaging on this. It's a little bit stiffer of a bottle than the other serum. So I had to put one of those like toothpaste, you know, like tube bringer things on here to really get it out. So that was not my favorite, but I did enjoy the product. It's kind of like a yellowy color. It's a cream. And again, I apply it face, neck, chest, backs of hands. A little bit goes a long way with this, and I hear that regularly from all the dermatologists I listen to and see clips of. So yeah, I enjoyed this. I have repurchased this. I would consider keep repurchasing it. I also would consider trying another drugstore retinol. I mean, I like it, but I'm not married to it kind of because of the packaging. It's a little bit annoying. So if you have a drugstore retinol that you like, let me know down below in the comment section. And then I also finished up this mini. This is the Bliss Glycolic and Polyhydroxy Acid Night Serum. Part of us being here in the city now is I have a lot of like travel size stuff that I brought with me initially. I didn't realize we were going to be staying here in the city for so long. So I'm kind of working through some mini sizes and some like random products, but that's a good thing. I've been trying to keep here at the city just a regular skincare routine with minis. So I'm trying to go through those because they've been sitting here for a little bit. And this was one of them. This was nice. Bliss has like changed around their serums. So I don't think that all of them are exactly the same anymore. I don't know what's going on, but they used to release a mini size like this at Christmas time, and it would have this like vitamin C or retinol, like a bunch of different serums, and I would always buy one or two because these are perfect for travel size, but they haven't been releasing them. So I don't know what's up with that, but this was okay. This is a little bit gentler than the Naturium one, so I felt like this didn't exfoliate as much, but when I travel for, you know, a week and I'm only using it a couple of times, it's not that big a deal. But when I used it more consistently recently, like every time, I did feel like my pores were a little bit more clogged than when I used the Naturium. So I don't know that I would like seek out the full size of this personally. Okie dokie. Next, I have the Caudalie Resveratrol Lift Firming Eye Gel Cream. This was a mini that I got some order somewhere along the way. So I used it up as my evening eye cream. It was okay. I don't feel like I need to repurchase this though, but I do try now when I do have the Sephora points or you know, whatever freebies available, I do try to get things like eye cream or moisturizers or like more skincare related things where I can kind of build up a stash and then work through it and don't have to repurchase as frequently always. So I use this up. It was okay. Wouldn't seek it out, but you know, if this was a freebie again, I'd be happy with it, you know, like it's kind of whatever. Next, I have a spot treatment, and this, the packaging is like so rubbed off. I've had this for a while. This is from Dermalogica Clear Start. They sent me a PR package a while ago because I finished up the toner, I finished up the cleanser, the SPF. I think I've pretty much finished up everything they sent, and this was the last one. So this is the spot treatment. This was kind of a unique packaging. I've never seen packaging like this before. So it's kind of like a dabber dropper type nozzle. And on the bottom, it's a button, and that's what you would push the product out with. I've just never seen it where like you use the button. Normally you kind of like squeeze the sides. So that was interesting and different. I felt like this did the trick. You know, I like to have a spot treatment for, you know, the like pimple that comes up that you just can't get rid of. I like the idea of putting a little bit of extra treatment on those areas. So, you know, it's okay. I am trying a different one from Clean and Clear right now because I wanted something a little bit less expensive, but I did enjoy this. And if that one didn't work out or if I had a reaction, you know, I would consider coming back to this. I just feel like spot treatments shouldn't be very expensive. So, yeah, we'll see if I come back to this. The good thing is that I feel like the skincare routine that I have right now is really addressing acne from the start. So I'm having less and less breakouts. I mean, recently we've been under so much medical attention and stress that I was breaking out like crazy. But that's kind of like a one-off, you know? All right, 2 products left. This is a face mask from Peter Thomas Roth. It is the cucumber gel mask. This says it's refreshing, cooling, moisturizing gel. This is okay. Again, one of those sample type products that, like, if it's available, I'll scoop it up. This is just nice to put on the skin. We hadn't really been on the boat a ton this summer. We've had weird weather and just hasn't worked out, but this is nice if I get too much sun. I put this on once or twice and it felt nice on the skin. Otherwise, I just like to put it on. It's cooling, it's refreshing. You know, it is what it is. I think that the full size of this is pretty expensive, so I wouldn't seek that out. I would just stick with minis if I can get them. And then the last skincare product, oh, I lied, I have a couple of sheet masks, but the actual like bottle here is also from Naturium. This is their UV Reflect Antioxidant SPF 50 sheer sunscreen. This is a fluid style sunscreen, which is my favorite type of sunscreen for summertime, especially with oily skin. It's just such a lightweight feeling on the skin. I love this. This is 1.7 ounces. I feel like I fly through this. I pretty much go through one of these a month, but I'd rather be like over applying sunscreen and like putting too much on my face than not enough. That is an ingredient to me that's super important. So as long as I'm using it regularly, I'm okay with repurchasing it. But again, trying to pick it up on sales when I can. I have used up many of these before. I will continue to repurchase them. I like the accessibility from Target for them. I previously was using the Paula's Choice fluid SPF, and I think that one's a little bit more pricey maybe. Maybe they're close. I can't remember, but that one's just a little bit harder to get. So I like that this is at Target and I could just run out and get it, or, you know, put it in my normal weekly order. It seems like, so yeah, big fan of that. I have a couple of sheet masks. So I don't have anything like too crazy to say. This collagen hydrogel mask from OK, I really enjoyed. This is like two piece, I guess. So you have one piece that kind of goes the top half and another piece that goes in the bottom half. I like to use this kind because I feel like it just fits my face better. Hydrogel is really nice. It's kind of like thicker and it just felt really good on my skin. It says it soothes the appearance of lines and plump skin. Sure, I believe it did that. Long term, I don't know if these really make a difference. And then because my husband has been going through all these health things and he's being poked and prodded and all that fun stuff, unfortunately, that goes with going to the doctor, I've been trying to do some sheet masks, some eye gels for him. Like we've kind of gotten into a routine where after he takes a shower, you know, we get lotion and all that good stuff. And then I have him, you know, in his PJs and he lays in bed and I put a sheet mask on him and stuff like that, just kind of unwind. So these were aloe vera eye masks. I picked these up from Target. I prefer the Good Molecules one because it comes in a tub and there's like 30 sets, so 60 individual eye gels in there, which is just a few dollars more than one of these. I feel like these are just overpriced, but for a pinch, these worked. Also from that OK brand, I'm really like it. Like if I'm gonna buy them, I like this brand and it's at Target. So these were okay. I felt like they kind of dried out quickly though in comparison to the Good Molecules ones. Those ones stay like juicy longer. And then I also bought on Amazon a set of, I think it's like 10 sheet masks from this Next Boo line. And so this one is the soothing and watery one. It was an aloe vera solution. This was great, very juicy. Put it on his skin and I mean, it was on there for like a good half hour. And when I took it off, it was still left a lot of serum. So I rubbed it in. Just a little bit of a spa situation, just help them unwind. So I have a few more of these. There's like a brightening one. There's hyaluronic acid one. I mean, they're all, you know, pretty gentle and soothing. So we'll have more of these in Empties to come, but that's kind of what we're doing right now for our routine. That's it for skincare. I do have a few body care products and then we will wrap this up. This is kind of getting long, but maybe you enjoy long videos. I don't know. I have the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% toning solution. This is what I use to combat KP on the backs of my arms. So I like the toner solution. It's just lighter weight. I put it on a reusable cotton round, swipe it on the backs of my arms. Easy enough. I do have to be consistent with it. This is something that, you know, if I go a week or two without using it, I can tell a difference. This is not something I use year round, typically more so in the summer months. I want, you know, that cleared up a little bit more because I'm wearing, you know, short sleeves. but the rest of the year I'm not too finicky about my KP. So this is a product that I've realized I can buy probably like once a year. It lasts me the whole summer and that's good to go. I also could use the gel. I might end up doing that in the future. We'll just see. But if you are struggling with KP or any sort of roughness, I would recommend checking this out, especially if you don't want like a lotion or something heavier. I do enjoy just the consistency of a toner. It's so lightweight and it dries like immediately. So that does like kind of have a pro here as opposed to the serum, which would take a little bit longer to dry. I also have a couple of sunscreens. So wanted to shout out the Neutrogena SPF 70 spray sunscreen. Like I said, we've been out on the boat some, but not a ton this summer. And we did switch from the Up and Up brand to the Neutrogena line this summer. And we love these so much more. So they are a little bit more expensive, but they just, I don't know, the film that they leave on your body is different than the Up and Up ones. The Up and Up ones almost get itchy after a while and like peel off. These ones look really nice on the skin. They feel nice. And yeah, I mean, we typically use lotion first for our first application of sunscreen when we're going to be out on the boat and on the beach and all that. And then we just use the spray to kind of like top up our shoulders, you know, real quick, or tops of our feet, whatever. But if we always start the day with like actual proper lotion that, you know, absorbs into the skin, whereas this just kind of sits on top. So I like these. I remember buying them in the springtime. The 3-pack was on sale on Amazon. So I'll probably keep my eyes out and do something like that again because these were really good. So wanted to talk about those for a minute. All right, and just a couple more products here in the body care category. I have a perfume. This is the Lalia by Margot Elena 071. Imagine. I don't know, there's so many words on this. This smells so good. This was in my project Use It Up, and I normally don't love a dabber type of perfume sample, but I really enjoyed the scent. Yeah, it's so good. I would consider repurchasing this in like, you know, a travel spray or like a full size. So I will need to look into this. It says flowering willow and lotus. It was such a good springtime scent. So really, really enjoyed that. And then I also just want to mention I finished up a hand sanitizer. This one, I guess there's like a little bit left. I'll put it upside down and use that last squirt out. But I had been using this as I was coming and going from the hospital. My husband was inpatient for a week. And so I just felt like I needed to sanitize always because, you know, it's a hospital. There's so many germs. So I used up one of these. It was nice that it smelled a little bit better than the hospital kind. And I also felt that this was more gentle than the foaming hospital kind too. So finish that up. I have a couple of these around. I keep one in my car, keep one in my bag. Just, you know, I don't use it a ton, but like if you're going to eat a sandwich and you're out and you can't wash your hands, sometimes it's nice to just clean them off before you're like shoving food into your face. So yeah, finish that up. So like I mentioned, I'll be collecting my empties again. I expect to see some like random stuff that I've had here in the city. It's a good opportunity to finish up what I've kind of kept here. Like I said, I like to have, you know, a full like I have shampoo and conditioner and a body wash and all that good stuff in the shower. I have a basic skincare routine, but those products have been sitting here. So it's good to go through, finish them up and rotate in new products. It'll be fresher. And yeah, so stay tuned for my next empties, probably in 2 months or so. And also keep a lookout for Project Use It Up, Project Pans. Those are videos I plan to continue doing on my channel, even though I won't be filming as frequently. Those are projects that I just really enjoy and they're pretty easy to, you know, film and update for. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for hanging in there with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.